What if I told you that dreams have been used to predict the future? These are called precognitive dreams. Let's talk about how they work and a few times when they've actually predicted the future. So what's the difference between a precognitive dream and just a regular dream? For a dream to count as precognitive, or precog for short, it needs to have the following. First, your dream needs to have a ton of significant and unique details of an event. So for instance, the dream might have specific colors of someone's clothing or a particular phrase that someone says.
Open your eyes.
But the idea here is that it must be specific.
Open your...
Then you have to record or tell someone about the dream prior to it actually happening, because duh, it won't count if you tell someone after it happens. So how can dreams predict the future? Well, we don't have a ton of scientific evidence to prove it or replicate it, but there have been some famous examples of people actually predicting the future in their dreams. Perhaps one of the most well-known examples of this is the Lincoln Assassination. As the story goes, Abraham Lincoln once dreamed of people crying. As he went to check it out, he found himself in the East Wing of the White House, surrounded by people mourning. What they were mourning was an assassinated president. As Lincoln later recounted this dream to one of his close friends, he was apparently quite frightened. Though the president who'd been assassinated in the dream wasn't specifically Lincoln, Lincoln did have this dream just days before he was killed. No cap. Another example occurred in the South Wales village of Aberfan in 1966. A 10-year-old girl in the town reported to her mother that she had a dream where her school was, quote, no longer there, and that it had been covered by something black. A day or two later, some waste from a coal mine slid down into the village of Aberfan. The surge of the landslide wiped out a school, killing the girl and nearly 150 children and teachers. In the weeks after the tragedy, a researcher named John Barker visited Aberfan. It turns out 76 other people had similar premonitions of this landslide in town. So apparently, this town was filled with a bunch of psychics. In the years that followed the landslide, Barker kept in touch with two people from Aberfan who would regularly report dreams that would later come true. One of the residents, named Kathleen Middleton, frequently dreamt of the assassination of Robert F. Kennedy. In fact, Kathleen would regularly report her dreams to a newspaper column called the Premonitions Bureau. And the night before RFK was killed, she called the Premonitions Bureau 3 times to warn of something ominous. 3 times. So, are precog dreams real? Well, at this time, science cannot confirm if dreams can predict the future. We can chalk many of these up to just coincidences, to subconscious connections, or something called selective recall. Regardless of how we explain them, these events are certainly curious. Have you ever had a precognitive dream? Or if you think you've had one, tell us now. And hey, dreams are a wild ride, so click this video if you want to know why we even dream in the first place. That's it for this one, everyone. Sleep well.